The will-reading Margaret Chen sat in the back row of her own funeral. Well, not her funeral exactly, but close enough. She wore a black wig, thick glasses, and a face mask easy to blend in when everyone thought you were already dead. She wanted to see who would actually cry. Her daughter Linda stood at the podium, dabbing her dry eyes with a tissue. Mom was simple. She lived a simple life. She never asked for much. Margaret almost laughed. Simple, is that what they thought? Her son David checked his phone during the eulogy. Her youngest, Karen, yawned, not one real tear among them. Margaret remembered last Christmas. She'd made dinner for 12 people. Linda had complained the turkey was dry. David said he was too busy to visit on her birthday. Karen only called when she needed money, which Margaret gave. Every single time, even when it meant eating instant noodles for a week. Or so they thought. The funeral ended. People left. Her children went to a restaurant to celebrate. No, wait, she meant mourn. Margaret drove to her lawyer's office and waited. 1 week later, attorney James Morrison sat behind his mahogany desk, looking at the 3 Chen siblings with barely concealed disgust. In his 40 years of practicing law, he'd seen greedy heirs before. But these 3, special kind of cold. Thank you for coming, he said flatly. Let's just get this over with, David sighed, loosening his tie. Mom didn't have much, maybe a few thousand in savings. We'll split it 3 ways and be done. Linda nodded. The house is probably worth something, even if it's a dump. We can sell it fast. I need my share by Friday, Karen added, filing her nails. I have a spa weekend planned. James opened the file folder slowly, very slowly. He was going to enjoy this. Your mother's estate, he began, is valued at approximately $50 million. Silence. Complete, total silence. David's mouth fell open. Linda's purse slipped from her lap. Karen's nail file clattered to the floor. I'm sorry, Linda finally whispered. 50,000 million. James didn't smile, but he wanted to. $50 million. Give or take a few $100,000. That's impossible. David jumped up. Mom worked as a grocery store clerk. She lived in a tiny apartment. She wore the same coat for 10 years. She drove a 1995 Honda. Karen shrieked. Yes, James said calmly. She did all those things while owning a commercial real estate portfolio worth $32 million, a stock portfolio worth $15 million, and various other assets totaling approximately $3 million. Linda's face went white. Real estate? What real estate? James pulled out a document. Let's see. The Morrison Building downtown, that's the office complex where you work, David. She owned it. The Riverside Apartments, that's where you live, Linda. She owned that too. The Plaza Shopping Center, Karen. Isn't that where your boutique is located? Also hers. She charged all of you minimal rent. You thought you were getting deals. You were living off your mother's charity. David sat back down heavily. I don't single quotes T. I don't understand. Your mother, James continued, his voice turning cold, made her first investment in 1979 with money she saved from 3 jobs. She was a financial genius, self-taught. By 1985, she'd made her first million. By 2000, she'd made 10 million. She kept working at the grocery store because she liked the people there. She lived small because she wanted to see who you really were. What do you mean? Linda's voice shook. James opened another folder. This one was thick. Your mother kept records, detailed records. Linda, in the last 10 years, you visited her 12 times, always when you needed something. You borrowed $47,000 for various emergencies. You repaid $0. Last Christmas, you left her dinner after 15 minutes because the turkey was dry. Your text to your husband that night, and yes, she saw it, said, "Thank God that's over. Mom is so boring." Linda turned red.